Alkanes have structural isomers. Structural isomers are molecules that have the same number and type of atoms, but with their atoms arranged differently. So they have the same molecular formula, but the atoms are arranged sequentially differently. So for example, we've got butane here, C4H10, 4 carbons, its name begins with but, and it's an alkane, so butane, and 2 structures for butane. On the left you can see butane drawn with 4 carbons in a row surrounded by the 10 hydrogens that it has in its molecular formula. So that's a straight chain alkane. On the right is a branched chain version of the same molecular formula. There are 4 carbons and 10 hydrogens around the outside. So this too is a form of C4H10. It's an isomer of butane. As the particles get bigger, with more carbon atoms in their structures, the alkanes can form more isomers. And you can imagine that once you get quite a few carbons in your structure, like 10 or 15, how many isomers there must be for those structures. If we have a look at pentane, C5H12, try to decide which of these structures are isomers of pentane. What about this one as the first one?
Carpi.
That's right, with 5 carbons and 12 hydrogens around the outside, that is definitely an isomer of pentane. It is a straight chain isomer. What about this one here?
Carpi.
That's correct, with 5 carbons again and 12 hydrogens, that is another isomer of pentane. This time it's got a group off the side. So it's a branched chain isomer of pentane. What about this structure here? You may have noticed that this only has 4 carbons in its backbone, so it cannot be a pentane molecule. What about this one here? So even though this structure has 5 carbon atoms, it doesn't have 12 hydrogens, it only has 10. So with a double bond in it, that's not an alkane. What about this one?
Carpi.
That's right, that's the 3rd isomer of pentane on this page. With 5 carbons and 12 hydrogens, that is another version of pentane. Notice this time off the 2nd carbon, you've got 2 side groups. So it's another branched chain alkane. What about this one here? If you've counted only 4 carbons in here, you'll see that is clearly not an isomer of pentane.